hard to admit that I used to draw. Portraiture in a human form, doodle of a two-headed unicorn. It was soothing, moving his arm in a fusion of man-made tools and amused from beyond. Even if it went beautifully wrong, it was tangible truth for a youth to refuse to belong. No name nuisance, stews in a bedroom, oozing a brand new cuneiform. Barely commune with the horde, got a whole grayscale ungluing his world. Might zone amp to the yap of the magpie, unseen hand dragging his graphite. Cross contour, little bit of backlight, black ink after a Bristol to baptize. You can imagine a rush to them too when you get three dimensions stuffed in a two. Then it's off to a school where it's all you get to, being trained and observed by a capable few. Back in New York by peeps and a dog in a two-bedroom doing menial jobs. Plus rhyming and stealing and being a clot, distractions, freedom, a rod. I left some years of deer in the light, I left some will the spirit away. I let my fears materialize, I let my skills deteriorate. Horn about a thought of what I should have been. Shapes falling out of the fringe, all heart. Made cowardly kings, they will chop you down just to count your rings, just to count your rings, just to count your rings. And now we're colors pouring out of the fringe, all heart though we would have made cowardly kings. They will chop you down just to count your rings, just to count your rings, just to count your rings. Used to paint, hard to admit that I used to paint. Natural light on a human's face, sense of fire on his roommate's face. It's gloom and addiction, I'm missing a push from a pigment. Book like a tattoo, pigskin look. Pinhead kids in a minute, drank Kool-Aid from a tube of acrylic. And a group and I linseed oil over linen. Joy to the poison, voice to the resin. Capture a map with a gesture. Back up, add a little accurate fat to the figure. Redo that, move that inward. Zinc white lightning shoots from his fingers. Studios drone with a lotion and tinctures. Stay tuned for the spook.
All right, Larry, hope everyone is settled in for a great Draft Champions contest. Here, lucky to witness it. I'm Brandon Gaudin with Charles Davis. These guys that you see on your screen, they won't be witnessing. They will be participating in what should be an excellent game. Let's get down to the field. It's time for kick. Set to go now on a beautiful sunny afternoon. And off we go in Draft Champions. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing out second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackle was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Now on second down, this is Gore. Stays on his feet, so he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Brandon, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. But I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
They needed 15. They got 16 and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Now it's 2nd and 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they
way to go in this draft, but if you can lock up a few key positions here in the first few picks, it's a great luxury to have. Instant impact right there. That's a big leap forward from what they had on the roster to begin with. Boy, the skills just leap out at you with this guy. He will be a very important part of this ball club. Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into the starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade. In these middle rounds, you have to start asking yourself, do you settle for what's available now, or do you try and push your luck? Where to now? Do you get yourself a big brute for the trenches, or someone who can really help you out at a playmaker type spot? Still some big holes remaining to be filled. Here's where you may have to go after a lower rated player just to make sure you get coverage in all areas. Definitely some options with this pick. Do you take a skill player here, or get yourself some help up front? Well, not too tough to see into the thought process of that pick.
Hello, my name is Kamal. I am from the clouds. I'm a human now, but I used to be a raindrop. Word up, I'm really good at putting words up. I make them levitate and circle with the birds. I don't need to force it, I let it occur. Whatever occurs, thank you. Feel like I was touched by.
And with time running short, you've got to hope some guys fall into your lap, or you could be left with some. Boy, you talk about a friendly turn of the cards. This is a great round for these guys as they get themselves a dynamic player right here. And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. And I think that pick comes to the surprise of nobody. You had to figure they leaned that way if a player from that team became available.
I get down like gravity, rackety rappers and raps rapidly follow the rabbit into the rapids of being rapping and rattling, rattle riddles and rivets into the sky. I'm a rebel feeling vividly clear. I am vigorous, spinning right to the rhythm, little to sight.
Boy, it's finger crossing time now. With the end in sight and a few more holes to fill, you've got to be hoping that there's still a gem or two that becomes available. Options here on both sides of the football. It's pretty much of a coin flip if you ask me.
Sometimes the pressure keep pressing, worst keeps my impression impressed. That's the way to relate. I'm just trying to relate.
Excellent selection. Just what this team needs to maybe get them over the hump. Putting together your very first draft champion squad. From here, you can modify your lineup if you'd like, or if you're ready to go, feel free to jump right into game number one.
There are men, and there are challenge. Bass and stills in the building, flash the camera. I'ma drop the hammer. Things done changed in hip-hop, sizzle and Bobby out the slammer. Hip-hop start on the East Coast and then move west down to Bama. I'ma bring it back to New York, hold on, then throw your hands up. Pass me a cup with in the club with the juice in the get bent out. Then I'ma slide with it to my ride and head up to my penthouse. Oh, I'm not trying to take it slow, working hard, cake and dough. Open up 24, we striving for that goal. I'll stop for nothing, I will play this game that's so easily started, not so easily parted. Giants, everything is shaking through the walls. 'Cause we are giants. Heart of David, you know it takes just one. It's time. CNN, this is Ghetto Editorial. See me like milk and Oreos.
Thank you, Larry. Brandon Gaudin, along with Charles Davis here in the booth. We are set for a spectacular draft champions matchup and some spectacular talent on your screen right now. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get down to the field for kickoff. It was the Broncos who knocked the Patriots from the unbeatens last year. They're out for revenge as we're off on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 6. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And how about that for some fireworks to start this one?
And the fireworks turned out to be for the kicking team, didn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, go down there, make a play, knock it free, and end up with the football. And for the team who's supposed to have the ball, now their defense has to run out on the field, see if they can slow things down a bit.
A quick scramble for the helmets, and now we switch sides. Dante Hightower on the stop. See if they stay on the ground for second down.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on third down. From the gun on third down, Ryan. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now Ryan on second down. That's caught at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his prime.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Matt Ryan taking it in. And the Bronco doesn't he? First and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
They'll throw on first down with Griffin. Being chased out left. They dump it off, complete to Dorsett. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
And that's why you do all the drills that you do from the quarterback position, because you're not going to just throw to your strength. The right-handed quarterback naturally will want to move to the right side to throw the football. But sometimes you've got to go left, and that's exactly what happened on that play. Forced to his left, still able to accurately throw it downfield for a completion.
They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
But he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. It's a gain of 20 that time, and it gives the Pats a first down. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
It's a gain of 7, and it'll be third down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now it's Griffin. The open man is Smith. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Throwing now, Griffin on first down. Complete, Richardson has it. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Patriots in possession to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Griffin. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it? And he is in. Touchdown, New England. RG3 taking it in. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front, have the field general, the leader, just fall in behind them.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
Here's Ryan to throw. Open man, the tight end Rodgers. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me.
And the 2-minute warning lurking. This will probably be the last play before we hit it.
Yeah, they want to get themselves in position to score in this last shot before the clock hits.
Ryan, and Rodgers has it over on the right side. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. More from Cleveland after this. First down, here's a run with Peterson. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they will just roam and hit. Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
To throw is Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw. Looking, now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Griffin on first down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief. No. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice and ambitious effort, but it's well short. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show him one thing, hit him with something else.
And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down. They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. He's got time in the pocket. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room.
And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. RG.
About the quarterback being the unaccounted for guy as a runner. Well, even on a passing play, he's unaccounted for as a runner, and he turned it into a nice gain.
A very nice run, and it turns into 6 points. Griffin will try and throw, and that is caught for the 2 points. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Looking left side, and it's complete. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right, your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Ryan hit, and he lost the football. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Following the fumble recovery, it's Griffin. Caught on the right side, Reed. A gain of 6 there on first.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole...
Faster than a hairpin trigger. Don't you say, don't you say it. Don't say, don't you say it. One breath, it'll just break it. So shut your mouth and run me like a river. Shut your mouth, baby, stand and deliver. Holy hands, pulling, make me a sinner. Like a river, like a river.
Boy, we've just gotten started here, and already these guys have been handed a really difficult decision to make. Oh, did they get themselves a player here or what? And this is a big piece of the puzzle right here. Maybe a no-brainer, but a great pick regardless. Yeah, I don't think you needed a crystal ball to see that pick coming. That's all about loyalty and familiarity right there. So with a handful of starters already nailed down, you have to ask yourself, do you dare go for... Oh, no need to worry about this guy. Just plug him right into a starting role, and he'll be a massive upgrade. Oh, this guy's a rare talent, and a huge upgrade over what they had before. This is a pretty telling pick here. Do you go for a big bruiser up front or get yourself someone who could be a difference maker at a skill position? Not too much surprise to see Green Bay players in high demand. Here's a chance for another. Well, not too tough to see into the thought process of that pick. Still a few holes on this roster and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. Whoever's making the final decision here might have a coordinator in each year. Do you go offense or defense? And now, which side of the football will they address here? Some interesting options either way. We've seen one St. Louis Ram come off the board. Might we see another? Boy, you can't go wrong with anybody out of this group.
We set the